Hey everybody, how you guys doing? Of course, this is your man JD Olson here at the Martial Unlimited YouTube channel, and we are here at my gym, Keishidojo Martial Arts. If you're new here, thanks for coming to check us out. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. Hopefully you're a subscriber. So what we have for you guys today is a video on using double sticks. So if you're doing karate, taekwondo, Eskrima, Kali, Arnis, any of those arts that require a weapon, and you've had your knuckles busted, or you've had your hand hit, or maybe you've been whacked in the head by your partner, I'm going to show you today how to use a simple punching bag or a Wave Master bag, how to do these drills, how to train these drills, and get better without a partner so you don't hit your partner's hands, or so hopefully they don't hit your hands because hopefully they're doing the same thing. Maybe if you happen to know somebody that's whacked your knuckles several times, maybe share this video with them so then they can also get this down. So what we're going to start with, before I get into anything, I want to talk two core things. If you follow through with a swing, we refer to that as a lob tick. And if you retract the swing, we refer to that as a wit tick. So anytime I pull a technique back, it's a wit tick. Doesn't matter if it's forehand or backhand. And if I follow through, if I blow through the attack, okay, that is a lob tick. That's going to set us up for what we're going to do. This Heaven 6, or this basic forehand, backhand is, I think, a base for every single style I've done. When I did karate, we did this. When I did taekwondo, we did this. When I learned Kali, we did this. But what I did not know, there's tons of these to do. And that's something I got from Guru Ram Balicki and also Guru Inisano. So I'm going to give you a breakdown of a handful of them so you can practice with your friends. And we're going to stay on the high elevation, meaning all headshots. But of course, you can mix the highs and the lows, and you can mix in the lows at your leisure. But first things first, like I said, you have a forehand, a backhand, forehand, backhand, backhand. And that is your standard Heaven 6. And I think, like I said, I think everybody knows that, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. Let's go back a little bit. So we're in this open position, and I'm going to just retract. So I retract on the right, retract on the left, retract on the right. And then I retract on the left, the right, and the left. And so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it doesn't really look that great from this one, but if I go high, low, high, low, high, you can really kind of see the drill a little bit better, okay? So that is just all forehands, but it's also all retracting. That's the first thing I want you to take away from this. We're going to go into what we have: a forehand, a backhand, a forehand, a backhand. So it's a follow through, a retract, a follow through, a follow through, a retract, and a follow through, meaning a lob tick, wit tick, lob tick, wit tick, lob tick. So follow through, retract, follow through. That takes us into forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand. Follow through, retract. Follow through, retract. So here's what I hope you're starting to see. You've learned to retract from the very beginning, okay? Then you've learned to pull through, to retract, to pull through, retract, pull through. Then you're going to pull through, and retract. Pull through, retract. So we've shifted where we do the retraction, okay? You did it in the very beginning, then you did it in the middle, and then you did it at the end. So you have it at different stages. So that should be something you're picking up on. And then we have the coup de grace. The one that I really wanted to focus on is the forehand, backhand, forehand. And so you have forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand, forehand. And so this is considered a redondo. You could go behind your back. I still count it as redondo. I know if you go behind your back, Guru Ran and Guru Inisano call it the umbrella. It's still the generalized idea. I mean, maybe, you know, going back behind where you're pointing the weapon down. but I've seen where you could just kind of hit and retract in your arm. I've seen where you go over your head, and I've seen where you go behind your back. I'm not too concerned about it. I just want you to understand that it's hitting here, hitting, and hitting. It's all hitting on the same line. If you've trained Kali or Eskrima Arnis and you've learned Tresillo, this is essentially what you're doing. Tresillo for angles 1 and 2. You're hitting that angle 3 times. Now you're hitting this angle 3 times. If on the first one was all retractions, notice now there are no retractions in this particular pattern of the drill. So I've done no pulling, no witticks. It's all lob ticks. So the first one you had was all witticks. Then the second one was lob tick, wittick, lob tick. The third one, lob tick, wittick. And now this one is all lob ticks. But what makes this one particularly special, which is why I saved this for last today, is you can wittick, lob tick, wittick, lob tick. So you can also just have the wittick in the very front, like I said. So now you have pull back, pull through, pull back, pull through. So I now have the wittick on the front, and then I can do all the various variations. And as long as your partner is doing the same thing, the forehand, forehand, you can mix them up between the partners. Like one of you could be doing the redondo version while the other one is doing the wittick version. It does work. What you cannot do is mix them. You cannot do forehand, backhand while your friend is doing the forehand, forehand. That will whack some knuckles and whack some heads. So be careful of that part of it. And then we also have the cool one, which is the roof block out of it. So this time I pull through, I roof out, and I pull through. It's still part of the forehand, backhand, forehand series because they count this hit as a backhand. But what happens is your sticks will make an X. Whole hand, here, here. 1, 2, 3. You get the idea. So you can mix all these up and have some fun with it. And that is the idea behind today's video. That is what I wanted you to take away. That is the cool part of putting all of this together. And so you should be able to see it. Also, something I don't know if you caught on to, but I did a couple of them where I'm open. I did a couple of them where I'm closed. Anytime my stick is across my body, I refer to this as closed. I refer to this as open. Closed, open, closed, open, and you get the idea. Anytime there's an arm in my way, or arm in your way, I guess, that would be closed. Anytime 7-Eleven is open, it's open. So what happened on this one here, retract, that's an open. But then when I went follow through, retract, follow through, that's also an open. But once we get into Heaven 6, we close it. And once we get into Redondo 6, we also close it. Wittick 6, it's closed. And Roof 6, it's closed. So just so you understand that part of it too, where knowing where to start is going to play a big difference into how this works out. That's it for today's video. Pretty simple, pretty cut and dry. I think you get the idea. Now you have a Wave Master bag or a punching bag you can practice all this stuff on. I know a lot of traditional Filipino schools, they'll use tires or they use trees. You can even do all this shadow boxing, of course. You could retract. It just doesn't have quite the oomph of hitting something, which is why I didn't like this as much when I was training my Filipino arts by myself, because there's no impact. And you kind of lose track of where you're at. Hitting a bag and then using the letters, like I like the century bag because it gives me elevations. So I know if I'm hitting above the Y, I'm hitting in the headline. And if I'm hitting somewhere in the N or the T, that's the waistline. And then if I'm hitting below the C, that's the low line. That's how I practice this for myself, and that's also how I teach it at my gym. So I'm like, hey, I need you to throw your punches above this. Or if I have kids, I'll just have them walk up to it and I'll track where their nose touches the bag, or gets close to it, and then I'll say, okay, your face is here or here or here, so that's where I want your jabs and your crosses to go, is kind of the same idea. If you liked the video, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe. If this is gonna help you, or maybe help your friend, or maybe help your friend not smash your knuckles, then share it with your friend, you know, share the video out. Cool, well that's what I got. Comment if you like the stuff you see. Let me know if you like this kind of video. Let me know if I should be making more of these. And these are just meant to be aids. They're not meant to be training guides. It's just like, hey, I have no partner, no problem. I can still get my reps in, because we all know practice makes permanent, right? And so that's how we get better. Last but not least, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Stay safe, keep your hands up, keep training. This is JD, and I'm out.